Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies.
The Saints just can't help themselves. The Saints once again move up in the NFL draft, this time selecting cornerback KoolAid from Alabama. Now, this is a guy that could have been a first-round pick if he had a good season this year. Didn't have a great season, but still falls to the Saints at the 41st pick in the draft. Now, like I said, the Saints did trade for this pick. So the Saints had the 45th pick in the draft, which is a 13th pick in the round. Moved up to the 9th pick in the round. Gave up a 168 and a 190. Basically a 5th and a 6th round. The picks 168, pick 190. Those picks, I won't say they're irrelevant because no pick is irrelevant in the draft. You can still find people late, but it's so easy to get a 5th or a 6th rounder back. I'm not too worried about losing a 5th or a 6th rounder, especially with guys that's probably not going to make this team anyway. So I really like this pick. But at the same time, this brings me more questions than it brings answers. Obviously, you're taking a cornerback. You're taking a cornerback. Now, if you look at that Saints roster, obviously we lost Isaac Gidham, but now you got KoolAid. You got Lattimore, who they said that they expect him to be on the team this year. Does that change that? You have Alontae Taylor, a guy that went in the nickel, learned a new position, and was trying to do that. And obviously you got Paulson Adebo on the outside, who has his ups and downs, but has played well for the Saints. Now you throw KoolAid in the mix. Now it's the NFL. Everybody's going 4 wide, 5 wide, so you need corners to be out there. You need really good corners to be out there because when it's a bad corner on the field, the whole defense is going to struggle. That guy's going to get picked on. So you need corners in the league. So I'm not mad at this pick whatsoever. Not mad at it, but I just have questions. I just have questions, man. What does this mean for Lattimore? What does this mean for Alontae Taylor? What does this mean for Paulson Adebo? It's just a lot of questions that comes with this pick. I do really like this pick, though. I really like this pick. I like the player. I'll definitely dive in to some KoolAid film. Obviously, they play LSU this year. They got 2 top-tier receivers. We can go watch that game. It's plenty of games where he's going to be going against top-tier receivers in the SEC in college football. So I can't wait to dive into that. But I really like this pick, man. Let me go read some of his, I guess you want to call it attributes. Where we at? The trade kind of shocked me. I was getting ready. Thought we were going to take a defensive end, honestly. But I kind of tweeted a couple weeks ago, I think the Saints have set at defensive end in their mind. All right, obviously, KoolAid, 6 feet, 200 pounds, man. Like they said, his tape was inconsistent. Tape was inconsistent this year. But the year before was really good. Broke up over 20 passes his last 2 seasons at Alabama, man. He was the 5th rated corner in the draft. 27 ranked overall. I'm just going off ESPN right now. In the 89 grade. That's really good. And you get that guy, with the 41st pick, you can't complain. Only giving up a 5th and a 6th rounder, and that doesn't really mean anything to me, like I said. So I won't talk too much about him, man. I really like this pick, but like I said, it brings way more questions for me, at least, than answers. So we'll see. We'll see what we're doing. The Saints roster is, I'm not gonna say it's full, but it's full. I mean, you obviously got a lot of veterans on this team. The roster's basically set for the most part. So, it's not going to be those 5th and 6th round picks that can make this team. It's just too hard to make this team, like I said. Obviously, there's probably some safety spots and some linebacker spots up for grabs. But if you look at the defensive end position just in itself, I mean, that's if you want to draft somebody in the 1st or 2nd round like people wanted to, where are they going to play? You got Granderson. You just went go get Chase Young. You know Cam Jordan's going to play. So, it's just not too many spots to draft these guys. That obviously defensive tackle, we got Brissy last year. Also went outside Sanders and Nathan Shepard, so you can't really get that. Cornerback, hey, it was a position of need, I believe. 2nd round, I don't know. But obviously, if you got the Lattimore thing going on, we'll see how that goes. Safety, I think we're still going to need a safety. Receiver, I think this bodes well. This pick, the happiest person about this pick should be A.T. Perry right now. A.T. Perry should be the happiest guy in the Saints building right now because I honestly thought we were going to take a receiver right here. But them not taking a receiver shows the confidence I think they have in Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, and the A.T. Perry. A.T. Perry, like I said, he should be the happiest guy in the building because they take a receiver in the 2nd round, they're going to probably play him over you. Just because that's how the NFL works. They're going to have more invested in him, more money invested in him, a higher pick invested in him. He's probably going to get a shot to play over you. That's just kind of how this thing works. They didn't draft a receiver right here, A.T. Perry, who showed flashes last year. Already has a year under his belt with Derek Carr. Obviously, Olave and Rashid are going to be good. That's a big sign for him. That cornerback room, we'll see what happens right there. I think KoolAid can compete with Adebo. Obviously, if Lattimore's on the roster, he's not going to compete with Lattimore for that cornerback 1 spot. But Adebo, Once again, Adebo's gonna have to beat somebody out. Had to beat Delonte Taylor out. Move Delonte Taylor to the slot. Adebo's looking like he's gonna have to beat KoolAid out as well. I think this is a really, really good pick. A guy, highly rated guy, highly touted guy, coming from Alabama, who's put out really good cornerbacks. Who's put out really, really good cornerbacks in Surtain, Marlon Humphrey, and the list goes on and on. They're up there in the DBU aspect with LSU. I'm gonna still give the nod to LSU. I'm a little biased on that front, but really, really like this pick. All right, now I'm gonna leave out of here. I'm gonna watch KOOL-AID McKinstry film, and we'll see. And we'll see what he looks like on that film. Can't wait to watch it. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, it's the Boot.